Okay, my name is Vern and I am from ThailandSnakes.com. I'm going to go through with my daughter what to do in case of a snake bite anywhere in Thailand by an Elapid snake, which means an Elapid is a king cobra, a krait, a coral snake, and we're also going to include keelbacks in that, and especially the red-necked keelback, but there's also a couple other keelbacks. If you happen to know that it's a keelback, go ahead and wrap your foot as well. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to assume that she got bit here on the lower leg, just above the ankle. And we'll assume that you've already taken off the shoe and pulled down the sock. You can even pull off the sock. But if you know that she got bit by one of the snakes that I just mentioned, you're going to want to wrap it as soon as possible. And there's a couple things about wrapping it. You're not going to start with the bite site. You're going to actually start to wrap it at the toes. So from the bottom, we're going to go from toes to ankle, over the bite site, and just the whole way up the leg to the hip, as high as you possibly can go with whatever you have. I have the luxury of having two elastic wraps here, so that's how I'm going to do it. But if you're at home and you don't have those, you're going to want to use some strips of towel or something like that. It's going to be difficult to keep the compression as you're wrapping the towel. Some tape will help you as well to keep, after you wrap a strip and you run out of material, tape it tight, and then actually tape over the material as well to keep it firm, tight against the skin, and then continue to wrap the whole way up the leg with the next strip. Okay, so we're going to do it here. We just start at the toes, and you want it to be tight, but you don't want it to cut off the veins and the artery circulation. And what you're going to do is you're not going to treat the bite site as anything special with a bite from one of those snakes, because the damage is not going to be done here. The damage is going to be done in the nerves and the muscles as they can't function because of the nerves. So if you notice, I'm going right over her pants, because that's what you do. You don't worry about, don't take pants off, don't take jeans off. Really, if you don't have to take the sock off, there's no reason to take the sock off. And as you wrap, you want to have some tension to it. You want to have it almost very tight, but you want to be able to, when you're done, she's only going to use one wrap, I guess. When you're done, you want to be able to but when you're done, you want to be able to stick a finger under the wrap quite easily. Not force it under, but you want to be able to have an easy enough time to stick a finger under. And use your little closures to close it up. Again, if you have some tape, that's going to be really good too. And then once you have it wrapped like this, test it and make sure you can stick a finger under. Like I can stick one under here, no problem. Down here, it's about the same. The tension in the bandage or the wrap is pretty critical. You want to have it tight enough so that it blocks the lymphatic system, but you don't want to have it tight enough that it blocks artery or vein blood transportation. Okay, are you good to go? Not yet, you're not, because we still have to splint it. So whenever you have a bite, we're going to say the bite is over there. Again, we don't really have to treat the bite site as anything special with an Elapid that I mentioned. And if you have a friend, it helps, but we don't have a friend. I mean, we have a friend filming, but he's got to stay there. And you want to split it between at least one, but maybe even two. I have pieces of bamboo that I just split. We had an old piece of bamboo outside. I just split it at the right length. And what this is going to do is ensure that her leg never moves, because it's critical that the knee doesn't flex, the ankle doesn't flex, toes don't even move. You can tell the victim, the bite victim, not to flex their toes at all. Don't try to bend the knees. Don't use the muscles in the leg at all, because it will speed the venom through the lymphatic system, and that's not what we want yet. Once you get to the hospital, the staff there can take off the wrap. Don't you take it off, because when you do, no, don't lift, just stay as you are. Because when you take off the wrap, it's going to release all the toxin from the venom into the system, and you can have a serious emergency take place. You need to have the proper machines available, as in a respirator, adrenaline, and other such medicines to treat the victim. And I had another one of those, but it's gone. I have a pin here that works. It's on the floor. That's a good place for it. I'll be careful not to stick in the wire. Okay, so that's it. And then she's ready to go to the hospital. We would have 2 people ideally pick her up like this. One hand behind the back and one like this, and then the same on the other side, and then carry her into a car seat where she could lay down across the back seat. If she's on a motorbike, you can sandwich her between 2 people. Try to keep the leg raised, not down, and get her to the hospital as fast as possible. Because it's a child, you have to get her to the hospital really fast, within 10 minutes, because you can have a real medical emergency even within 10 minutes. So that's how you do it. You can also, I guess I'll add this, you can also wrap monocled cobra bites, spitting cobra bites, but especially if it's a child, you can wrap right away. Don't even think about it, just go ahead and wrap any bite to a child by one of those snakes. If it's an adult and you're more than 10 minutes away from a hospital, go ahead and wrap it. If you're less than 10 minutes from a hospital, don't even worry about wrapping it, just get to the hospital as fast as possible. If you have some extra time, maybe in the back of the ambulance or something, you can begin to wrap it there. Anything to slow the spread of the venom from the bite site, through the body is ideal. Alright, hope that helps some people, and hope you remember that in case you're ever bitten by a venomous snake in Thailand. And remember, this is not for pit vipers at all. You never wrap a pit viper bite. It will only do more harm than good. Alright, cheers. Say cheers.
Cheers.